So hello guys and welcome to this video. Now just before I get into this video, I would like to say thank you very much for the increased support on my last video about Celtic and Rangers, about last week's demolition, let's say. So that was absolutely incredible. Thank you very much for that. That was amazing. Don't forget on this video though to like, subscribe and comment any video ideas that you may have at the end of this video. Now on to this video tonight. Now it's going to be on a touchy subject. If nobody wants to watch this for personal reasons, I do understand. But I'm going to be talking about terrorism. Now, it is a big thing in the UK at the moment about what's been going on, and obviously Manchester and all of these kind of places. But I just thought I would give my view and a real insight onto how terrorism affects people and stuff like that. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video. Not obviously enjoy it because it's on a touchy subject, but you get what I mean. So just a background on what terrorism is, if you don't know. Terrorism is basically when people intentionally use indiscriminate violence to basically fear people of the unknown, and it basically means to create terror amongst masses of people, or a fear to achieve a financial, political, or religious or ideological aim to basically fear people. Types of terrorism could be like civil disorder, political terrorism, or non-political terrorism, and there's a lot more types. But I don't want to bore you just yet on that. There's a lot more to come. Examples of acts of terrorism. Well, we had one in this country, the Dunblane shooting. You had the murder of Lee Rigby. That was when he came back from war, went down the shops, he had his army uniform on. Two men just shot him in the street. You had the World Trade Center incident, obviously, that's probably one of the biggest. You had the Orlando shooting last year, you had the Westminster attack, you had the Manchester Arena bombing at the Ariana Grande concert, and there's loads more, but obviously I can only name so many because I don't want to obviously bore yous and make you click off the video. And another example of one is like the Paris attacks that happened last year as well. Now on to my view. Now it is quite long, but it is very detailed, so you will get a long a long description of what I think. I don't know if you know this, but people say that that people get motivation from being terrorists, and you probably never heard of that before because it's so stupid, it's so weird in your head thinking about somebody actually having the motivation to create an act of crime like that. And I know it sounds stupid, but you, I didn't understand it either, but some of you will probably get the idea of it. It's to do with something like, it's not some of the things they've done, but it's like the strategy of it. It's like the strategy going through their minds. It's used in countries like Ireland, which is obviously, it's not in the UK, but it's just outside. Kenya, Algeria, which is obviously in Africa, and Cyprus, which is another continent. It's normally through independence struggles, because you know that Ireland went through independence and stuff. But in my view, it doesn't matter about all that. You shouldn't be doing it. It's as simple as that. And it's not just that you shouldn't be doing it. It's an act of crime. I mean, because as the Bible says, thou shalt not kill. But what are they doing? They're doing exactly the opposite of that. You can't be doing that in this country. And you can't be doing it anywhere else, obviously. And it's as simple as that. People say that they might threaten you if you didn't do it. It doesn't matter about all that. If they threaten you, go to the police. I know some people may come after you and everything, but you've just got to get through that. You can't go risking your own life through prison and stuff. You can't be doing that. It's just no right. And getting back to the definition, Michael Walzer, who is an American political philosopher, said, and it's a most exact, and they say on the internet that terrorism has 109 definitions, but this is the best one I've ever heard, and it's one I would use all the time. It is so precise and it's so brilliant. I don't know how. It's like it's so easy. It grabs your mind so easy. And he says, terrorism is the deliberate act of killing innocent people and at random to spread fear through the full entire population. And he's got that exact, like, to a T. And it's such an exact definition that I would use that all the time. It's so exact, it's so brilliant. It's, as I say, it's brilliant. So back to my view, it's one of the worst things that I think has come to this country. Obviously we've not had one since the Dunblane shooting, but I don't know whether you could class the Dunblane shooting as an act of terrorism, but in my eyes I kind of see it as that. It's somebody going out to kill somebody through nothing. It's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And it's one of the worst things in the world to deal with death as well, as people will already know. And it's what, and please excuse my language, but it's what these idiots are doing day after day, and it's one of the worst and brutal things to watch on the TV when it comes on the news. And see the night that the Manchester Arena bombing came on the telly, and I didn't want to sound soppy here, but I was nearly crying at the TV about what happened and everything and that, and I've never seen it. I've never seen that happening before, but it's one of the worst things I've ever seen on the TV, and folk crying and everything, and folk, oh, it's horrible. And especially when the French attacks came on as well, I was up for that as well. Oh, it was horrible. And then when they're doing it, they don't realise that they're killing innocent people, and it's going to impact people to a stage where it's a problem, and it's a problem all over the world. And wherever you go, terrorism is a problem, and it just cannot be stopped if we don't do something as a country, as a state, or whatever. It's about protecting our nation, and I actually got the inspiration of doing this video from a little girl who was on Britain's Got Talent last night, and she was to do with the Manchester Arena bombing, and I tell you what, it must have been tough on her family, because at the actual event her auntie died because of the attack, and she's in a wheelchair, and her name is Holly Booth. So anytime that you're free or anything, go on and watch her performance. She is absolutely brilliant, and the way she can just come back like that and really have the courage to stand on a stage again and everything, it's absolutely amazing the way that she's been able to come back and everything and really go for it in such a way that she, and to be fair, she was crying, but she got through it, and that is the most encouraging piece of information that there is. And like, she danced with so much positive energy. I mean, if that was me, I would cripple, and I'm not even joking. I would probably cripple because I wouldn't have been able to do that. She's quite extraordinary the way that she done it. So I'd like to personally give a big shout out to Holly and her family, and please do comment down below, like Holly Booth or anything, or Holly and her family and stuff like that. I'd really appreciate that. Like, her and her family are quite simply brilliant. The way that they've dealt with that, it's amazing. So thank you very much, guys. That is the end of the video. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on terrorism and the way it affects people, and all those things that I said at the start and stuff like that. Just a real outline of what terrorism does to people and stuff, and the way it affects. So thank you very much for watching. And like, I thought I'd give you a real insight onto something that's really interesting towards me and towards other people. It's not that it interests me, it's just it's a big issue in the world and everything, all around the world. As I said in the middle of the video, it's all around the world, and we as a nation or a country or whatever like that, we need to stop this from happening. I know it's difficult, but there can be ways to stop it. I'm not going to name any, but there is ways to stop it, and so please don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment any video ideas that you have down in the description below, and give me your view on terrorism. And I'll like, cause on the last video I got back to some of yous on the Celtic Rangers game, and I'll get back to yous on this terrorism video as well. I'll be checking the comments section every day and I'll see what your views are and everything, and I'll get back with my view on yours and stuff like that, and I'll help yous and that. So I hope that you will do that, and yeah, I'll speak to yous soon. Bye.